Hi everyone, I'm Kirsty Jackson Perrin from the Winning Edge Mindset team, and thank you for joining me for another one of these videos on your lockdown mindset. So I'm going to give you 4 mindset hacks to help you during these challenging times, because this is unprecedented, isn't it? It's challenging and it's uncertain, and we're not quite sure where this is going and how long it's going to last. So our mindset is key during all of this. So let's get down to it. My first mindset hack is to recognize. Now, it's really important that you recognize your feelings during this time, because it's no doubt that you're going to be feeling frustrated, anxious, worried, frightened, angry maybe. And these are all incredibly valid emotions to be feeling during this time. So rather than get yourself in a perpetual loop, it's about recognizing that you're feeling like this. It's very important, rather than to keep that going, to stop for a moment and think, okay, this is continuing now. You're not getting yourself out of this. So that's why the second one is important, to process. Process those feelings. Why are you feeling like this? Now, all these feelings don't just pop in our head. Many people think they're feeling led, but everything has to start with a thought. So something happens, you become aware of it, you process it, and then you have a feeling or emotion as a result of that. So why are you feeling frightened or anxious? Of course, it's the overarching coronavirus situation. But is it that you're worried about your job situation? Is it that you're anxious about loved ones? Is it that you're frightened about the future and how this is all going to pan out? Again, all extremely valid emotions, and they're very often called negative emotions, but that doesn't invalidate them. So think about pin it on that thought, and think about why you're thinking about that, because the nature of our thinking is more important than what we're thinking about. So pair it right back to the thought. And my next top tip is to reframe. So when you've figured out what that thought is, where it's all stemming from, where those emotions are coming from, try not to sit in that perpetual loop of anxiety and worry and anger. How can you shift that thought process? So in that moment, what's your go-to? For me, I'm finding it's exercise. I'm loving the Joe Wicks PE workouts. In the morning, it sets me up. It gets those endorphins going. It really gives me some positivity to start the day. So if I am waking up in a bit of a fog, thinking, oh God, I can't believe this isn't all just some awful nightmare. Here we are again, stuck at home. Think about the fact that we're safe at home. If we're not a key worker, and how amazing are key workers, thank you. If we're not out working and we are at home, think about that we're safe at home. So reframe your thinking. So what can you do to help shift those thought patterns into something that's much more helpful and serving you well? So as I say, mine at the moment, I've got this newfound love of exercise. You can do lots of exercises indoors. If you don't have a garden, or you aren't able to get out to some outside space, there's lots you can do. Or maybe it's Pilates or yoga or meditation, or maybe listening to a piece of music. It could be classical, it could be heavy rock, whatever floats your boat and shifts that thought pattern where you're just feelings of negativity and hopelessness. Maybe it's about connecting with a friend, giving them a call, WhatsApping, FaceTiming, whatever you like to do. Good old fashioned Telefonica maybe. But sometimes it helps to talk it through with someone else, or just to talk about something completely different. And by the time you've spoken to them, maybe you've both lifted each other's mood and you've got off the phone. So it's really important to reframe our thought patterns so that we can shift our mindset to one that's serving us much better. And finally, it's about control. Now, let's face it, right now, there's not an awful lot we can control. And maybe we have feelings of being out of control. Now, I like to feel like I'm in control. So what's the one thing that you and I can control right now? It's the nature of our thinking. The coronavirus can't make us feel anxious or scared or worried. Of course, our response to it are going to be those emotions. But it's really important to recognize that we choose our response, which goes back to the type of thoughts we're having. Now, as I say, these are challenging times, they're unprecedented times. So, of course, we have these feelings of worry about our job, our future, our children. Homeschooling, that's a challenge, isn't it? When are we ever all at home for this amount of time under one roof? Our job, we're worried about our security in that respect. So they're all very valid emotions. But when we're feeling scared and worried, I liken it to a series of doors in our head, and I can even picture the doors. And when we have these feelings of negativity, these doors slam shut, and behind them is our ability to be resourceful, resilient, is all our experience, our wisdom, our skills. But if we are scared and worried and angry and frustrated and disappointed, we are closing those doors. Our brain cannot be open and resourceful and solution orientated when we have those thoughts and feelings. So it's about shifting it, reframing it so that we are in a calmer state, and then we can be more resilient. We can find the solutions. Now, we're not going to solve all our problems because there's so much that we are unable to control in the outside world, but we can control the way we choose to respond. And that's so important, because what kind of person do you want to be when we get to the other side of this? I know I want to look back personally and feel, do you know what? Yeah, there were some days where you felt pretty rubbish about the whole thing, but you stepped up. You were resourceful. You were resilient. You found solutions to things. And as a parent, that's really, really important, because our children are looking at us for us to lead them. As a manager, as a leader, our team are looking to us for that confidence, for that way forward. So it's really important that we can almost fake it till we make it sometimes, but believe that you can do it, that you can be resilient, that you can be resourceful, that you can be solution orientated. And when you get to the other side of this, you will be so proud that you got through this with your sanity intact. So it's really, really important to think about your mindset, to think about the way you're thinking about what you think about. There'll be some more videos in this series. Please do share them with family and friends, because mindset is so important at this time. We are in incredibly challenging times. They are really testing our mettle, but we can do this. And there's a real sense of community and togetherness, because all of a sudden the world has become incredibly small. So do connect with people, share this video, get support from others, and share your support as well. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay sane, and when you can, stay at home. Thank you. Bye-bye.